Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Geopolitical Simulator 4 Power and Revolution or Uganda playthrough. Episode 41 with the series. I guess at some point we got a new president. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, here we are. We just keep kind of cycling through presidents here. And we had taken Somalia, which kind of wasn't good for us, but we're going to make it work. And we had that budget excess bug, which was really bad because I spent a lot of money and then we went straight to a 105 billion budget deficit. You know, what would you know? So that kind of puts us there. So we're probably going to take a pretty big debt or a loan from somebody, I'm sure, in the coming days, because why wouldn't we? I should have vehicles heading out. I thought I was setting up something here. We definitely need to get soldiers out here to fight these camps. Jesus Christ, I don't think I have any soldiers. There was 29,000 here. And 525, what a difference. Oh, I guess I'll take this just gigantic army and send it in. And what do we got here? Puerto Rican envoys have placed a membership request for their organization. As a member state, you are now invited to pronounce yourself. Sure. Who are we fighting? Again? Oh yeah, I forgot. One of our cities was... Or this whole area is like captured by terrorists. We literally have a terrorist-controlled, like, province in our territory. It looks like the military is already on it. What's technically the capital of this province? Is that it? What is going on here? Somaliland. Alright. So, what's the capital of Somaliland, is it? Do I have to just take all these cities? Oh my god. What a mess. What an absolute just disaster. Well, we'll let our military kind of take control of all that. I don't have time to put up with this trash. I'm actually going to look at the currency too. I think inflation was just skyrocketing again. At this point, I'm like kind of tempted to just bum rush the rest of the territories and try to get them quickly before the country just folds in half and dies. I just don't know if I can support it anymore. It's getting very difficult. I mean, we've lost like 7 presidents trying to do this. It's just so many people to please. And they're never happy. And every single one of these like nations are so poor that every single time we take one over, it just sets us back so far. And then we start catching up and then it sets us back so far again. God. I mean, Somalia was such a mistake, obviously. So there's a regional parliament here. There's not going to be a head of state because it's not a country. But there is a regional parliament. And just a bunch of camps we're coming in to try to take out. Let's go for that. Why not? Do I have any commandos or anything? Like a large group of them on standby? 74. I thought I had a lot at some point, someplace. I might have moved them. Let me try this. There we go. We'll go for the regional parliament there. And we'll just kind of play it out. So I guess we're going to be fighting this sort of conflict. which will be a bit of a pain for us. Where the heck are all of these going? Well, I don't know if I'm going to have to take this over city by city or what have you, but I guess if I do have to, we might as well go ahead and set everybody up to start doing that. And I guess we better deal with these protesters, which appear to be Ethiopian protesters. And I have no good way to clean them up except for the military. Request to obtain permanent member status of the Security Council. The resolution has been accepted. 9 pro, 0 against. Oh boy. Did we actually just make it into the UN Security Council? Are we actually a permanent member now? Or was it just, were they just voting to like move the resolution forward? Permanent member. Where is it? Non-member. Bermuda's a non-member, huh? France is a permanent member of the Security Council. So we got to see if Uganda is, which means we actually might be paying into this now. No, it says I'm just a member still, but that might change. It probably takes some time. Yeah, that'll get the protesters out of here.
We have subdued the... One of my men succeeded.
Oh yeah, I gotta keep on top of this here. For the Secret Service, because we've got a bunch of terrorist organizations we gotta keep trying to infiltrate and dismantle. And I should probably go ahead and check their files as well. Make sure we've got everybody under surveillance. This is like a constant issue for us as we take over more countries. Especially when we took over Somalia. It's like, holy crap. Famine? For us? Threatening a country. Djibouti? I see we've got a lot of stuff going on here. We seem to have had no issue taking regional parliament, or at least we're moving in on it. We're fighting the museum. Then we'll go for the military headquarters. All of this has been taken over by terrorists after all. Yeah, it is famine for me. Oh no, somebody's donating 654 million because we had famine at some point. Okay. Okay, so I control that. I control the museum. Let's head right for the military headquarters. I'll have these guys go for the police headquarters. I'll have these guys go for the bank. That's going to be the tough fight right here. Just gonna have to see, keep sending commandos up there to do the fight. That's a lot of commandos. I didn't think I sent that many. Must have. Oh, cool. I'm actually getting an upgrade. Where I'm getting fight against terrorism. Probably because I'm doing this. Because these guys will be considered terrorists.
We have subdued the...
Oh, we are going to have to take it back city by city. Okay. But I should still have more commandos here. So let's send them to the next city, I guess. We're just going to have to take them all back. That sucks. And these cities all have to be rebuilt. Oh, Jesus. This is going to be a long, drawn-out war. But it's a war we're going to have to fight. It's okay. It actually might not be too bad. Because we get...
The city is also under rebel control. And they now have a stronghold.
Really? So we're like straight up fighting rebels. This is actually kind of cool. So, which city? None of these down here, right? No. We're going to fight off these rebel camps right now. Ah, damn, we lost them. Well, we still got all this to deal with. I've got this whole army coming in. I should probably set up refugee camps, actually, because I think that we could be having a problem with that. I see the care of the refugees coming up. So let's put a couple refugee camps up, just to help with anybody fleeing the rebels. We'll put it right here. This says I got a 12.8 billion cash surplus, probably because of what was in the... I didn't take any loans. Oh, it says I was going to take 1.32 billion from China still. Okay. The Treasury Reserve, though, had some, even though we have a budget deficit. Since I left money in the Treasury Reserve, it grew. That's not a bad thing. Well, whilst we're doing all of this... I really don't have the ability to go for anybody unless I took more commandos and we went and maybe sniped Djibouti real quick. 5.4 billion GDP. I mean, we could do it. They have a national deficit in the negatives. I mean, we could do it. I just need to gather up some commandos. And we could try and snipe that. For the fun of it. Like we've done in the past. With other countries. We'll at least set ourselves up for it. I don't know how many I'm going to actually need. And I'm only utilizing commandos from this side because everybody else from this side is going to be active in fighting off the rebels in our country. Can't believe it. Never thought I would have rebels in our country. But here we are. It's really happening. Alright, move into the parliament. Go for the police station. You guys go for the market square. Fight against terrorism. Yep, so popular uprising, warmongering. Where's the warmongering? I think I was doing any warmongering anymore. Oh no, you guys go museum. These guys are going to join you. Everybody else to the bank. Everybody else to the military HQ. Because that's where going to be most of the fighting. Heck, these guys are going to clear out by themselves. Nice. We can just keep moving these commandos around.
We have subdued.
We've lost a pretty good amount of them, I will say. Alright, next city it is. We've already controlled a couple stuff here. Drop them off there. Then I've got all these vehicles. I don't even know where they're going. Why don't you guys go for this? Seems to make a little more sense. Journalist kidnapped in Uganda. Ugh. 384 commandos. We're still waiting for a bunch more. Okay, we got to clean some of these up. Okay, this looks manageable. And it was very manageable. So let's take a look at the next one.
We have subdued.
Yep. This one, military is gone. I must have pulled them out. It looks, oh, there's a few here. It looks a little less manageable. But I think I can make it work. Completely ignoring all these notifications over here. I really hope. It's just there's so many of them now. I can't even keep track. So many notifications. Journalists kidnapped. Something about idiots. Autonomous leagues. Battles. It's just a lot of it's just battles.
One of my men succeeded.
There we go. We've infiltrated. I think the Secret Service, actually, if I remember correctly, we had maxed them out and went to go hire a bunch. We still only have 57,000.
We have subdued the rebel movement.
Budget deficit's going down, so that's good.
City. We have subdued the rebel movement.
Okay. Rebel movements have been squashed. Nice. Couple of rebels floating around here. So this gigantic army that was actually heading in ran right, like literally smack into a group of rebels. Interesting. Mr. President, I am flying off to New York tomorrow where I will express an opinion on Resolution 2424, which is likely to impose sanctions on us. Let me remind you of the exact terms. Demand military intervention. This resolution is obviously unfavorable, but I still want you to confirm how I should vote. What? What's the resolution? Military intervention against Turkey. Military intervention mandate against who? Egypt. No. No, Turkey's fighting Cyprus, Israel, Syria? And yeah, I guess they are. No, they're not. I don't know what's going on here. I see that, I see that Israel appears to be French occupied now, so that's different. Yes. Israel literally does not exist. Well, they do exist. Where do they exist? Where were they? Oh, they're still kind of here. It's just they're occupied by France now. Or France owns them. So who owns Syria? France. Well, this is just a spider web of garbage up here. Okay, I'm just going to abstain because there's way too much going on up here right now. I don't think I risk that. Oh my god. Overall national employment rate for the last quarter stands at 14%. Eef. Resolution has been accepted, so I abstained. It does say Uganda permanent member, so I am a permanent member. Okay, resolution number 2424 in the Egyptian initiative for Turkey. So it's Egypt calling the world to go to war with Turkey, which now they're doing. And France would, because they have obviously a vested interest in the region, considering that they own Israel. Wow.
The city is...
City's under control. Good. We're slowly taking everything back. This is excellent.
We have strong suspicions that this...
Tokum Harabs. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure I definitely clean that up. If it can be cleaned up. Sure, we'll just arrest this guy. We have so many alerts, we can't be for sure if he was the right guy. I guess we don't know. Let me clear this up real quick. This is starting to get a little overwhelming. I'm having a hard time keeping up with all the notifications. They come up so often now. There was a growth there. I didn't even get to see what the projected growth was for our country. I don't care at this point. I just hope it was less than 5%. Because inflation... there we go. So it must have been lower. Budget deficit is going down. We're just going to kind of ride that for a bit. Even if it means we're going to take a little bit of debt. Which it does say we're going to take a lot of debt. But we're just going to ignore that. It might clean itself up some. Confidential information on Kenya. Kenyan government secretly finances Cambodia Revolutionary League terrorists. Okay, and was that guy like the guy we need to catch? Yep, it was. Okay. So that should help us there. It didn't give us much of a popularity boost, but it did help. And we've now taken another city back, which I think would help. So let's just keep pushing these guys along. As well as these tanks and soldiers. And all of our commandos there are ready to go, but we're going to call it since we're out of time anyway. So in the next episode, we'll continue to fight these rebels off and claim back a bunch of our cities. I actually think that that might help us a little bit with our budget deficit and such. I'm sure it's definitely not helping the economy having this happen. So hopefully we'll clean that up. I would like to see, inflation's turning around at least, but I'd like to mess around with taxation. I think I'd like to unlock a little bit more money, so I'll figure out a way to do that. And I think we're going to take Djibouti as well, because it looks like we're ready to do that with these commandos. So we'll probably snipe that real quick and be done with it. Meanwhile, the rest of the world up here is going to fall apart, and we're just going to kind of let it. I want to at least try to take an area, an episode, because if we don't, then we're gonna be going for a while. I might even set myself up to take 2 or so areas, so we can go ahead and get this country unified before it folds up and I lose. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next time.